So now there's nobody here. Private event's over. And you guys are being paid by the public, correct? Yeah, they got Board of Education shirts on. So their paychecks come from the Board of Ed, which is public, taxpayer funded money. This is all taxpayer funded money here, which will all be public record request as soon as I go home. And let's see if they have, let's see, Office of the Mayor, right? Let's see if they have a permit for this. So we have a stage set up. The event's been over for a while, right? So we got all these workers here that are working for the Board of Education, being paid by the Board of Education, yet it's a private event. Carteret High School, Carteret, New Jersey. So as you see, I stay out of their way. So these guys all work for the public, yet it's a private event, according to everybody. But nobody knows who's running it.
They're advising you're not allowed on their property right now.
Whose property?
The school's property.
The school's public.
Well, unfortunately right now this is going to be deemed a construction site because that's what they're going to be doing.
So they have a permit?
Sir, I don't know.
So we don't know if they have a construction
Listen,
permit,
I'm
but...
not going to answer any questions. If you have any questions, you can contact headquarters, okay? And speak with Captain Downey.
So,
But you're not
am
going
I...
to be allowed on the property. They advised you that they don't want you beyond the fence line, okay?
They don't have that right. It's a public area.
Again,
It's a public
they
area.
don't want you beyond the fence line, okay?
Everybody's allowed in there. What are you talking about? It's a public area.
I'm just letting you know. So don't go beyond the fence line.
I'm beyond the fence line.
You know what I'm talking about. Within the
You're playing games.
Okay?
You're playing games, Sergeant.
Don't go beyond the fence line.
Based on what? It's public property.
Again, sir, they're just telling you that they don't want you to go beyond the fence line.
They don't have that right. It's public property.
Again, if you have an issue with that, you take it up with the school.
It's public. No. Let's do another IA now, because now you're restricting my access to public area.
If you wish to
So
file
let's
an
do
IA.
another IA.
Okay.
So you have two sergeants here. Let's do it. You're telling me I'm not. You're going to enforce them saying I'm not allowed on public property. When earlier the officer said, "Yeah, I'm allowed in there because the event's over. The event is over." So let's do another IA.
Rob? 3815. 3815.
You guys don't wear seatbelts here? They didn't have. The second officer definitely didn't have one on, and the first, I'm not sure. So let's do another IA. So now it's a construction site and nobody's allowed in. But for the private public event, anybody's allowed in, unless they deem you an issue.
You got to write a full report and send it over to
Yep. So again, you're restricting public access.
No, this is private property.
No, it's public property.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. If they actually have trucks here, it's considered private. There's no trucks here yet. This is an event, so it's considered public.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so we have to write a report. And then after we write the report, okay, Aramis is on the way to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you gotta get your leg checked.
Oh, my fucking back is killing me now.
Litigate against you, right? The better everything's documented, the better, because these games need to stop. Even when I walked in there, right? My tax dollars to the house that I own is paying to build the school.
Yep.
Okay. Walking through the back. I was literally inside, just standing there, right? Yeah. The same gentleman who threw the door at you basically came to me and said, "Mrs. Diaz asked you to be removed because you're not on the list." I went into their website, and their website, it doesn't state anything about being on a list.
Correct.
Right? There's nothing set of the sort, right? And as far as I'm concerned, if I'm paying for this, there's no reason why I can't sit there and observe what's happening.
Correct.
Right? There's $37 million that the taxpayers are paying.
Correct.
To build this.
And all the Board of Education workers are here,
and then,
setting up, taking the stuff down. It's all paid for by the board.
And then you have Solanas sitting at a side door, right? Acting as a security officer.
Correct. Being paid by the public.
Right. Acting as a security officer. Okay. It doesn't say security. He didn't identify himself. He had no right to stop you from walking in.
Correct.
Just so you don't understand. Okay. So we just got to pull it forward for and send it out.
Yep. OPIA.
It's not going to go to Carteret. It's going to go to.
Oh, I've already sent like 2 or 3 of them up there already on Carteret.
It can't go there. And unfortunately, there's just situations where matters aren't escalated to the severity of the crime.
No, I mean they witnessed me getting assaulted and Aramis getting assaulted, and all of a sudden they don't see it, but it's gonna be on their body camera.
Yeah, well, the same thing.
And I asked that officer, and it's gonna be on the body camera if the event's over and I'm allowed in. He said yes. So you can't have it both ways.
It's recorded, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's on his body camera too.
And that's it. Okay. Because the right thing for any officer to come is he should have said, "Let me see the recording." When they allowed you to go in, you should have seen the recording, right? At that moment, when he said that, automatically made this public.
Correct.
Right, and you're not.
As I'm showing him already, he walks away.
Automatically makes it public as soon as he says you're allowed it.
Yep.
You understand me? Because that means he gave authorization, and an officer should have
Correct.
said, "Let me see it on the camera."
And I showed him.
Right. It's authorized. There's nothing we can do.
Correct.
That's a fact.
So now you guys just willy-nilly now saying, well, it's a construction area.
Right. I mean, if you wanted to bring it even further, you can decide to walk in, get arrested, and file charges because it's recorded. Right. And therefore, you're gonna understand.
And who was that officer? Who was that guy that came over and told you that? So he's working in his official capacity now.
Yes.
So when he videotaped me earlier, that's public record. Right. So what's his name? The guy that came over to you. Huh?
Gotta take it up with the Board of Education.
No, he came up to you. What's his name?
All you need is his name.
Yeah, I need his name.
Video and Oprah's phone.
Yeah, I need his name. That's what I'm saying. What's his name? The guy that came over to you and said...
That's easy to obtain. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, but...
He doesn't have to identify anybody unless he's an officer.
No, the guy just came over and in his official capacity told him I'm not allowed in there. So who's the guy that's reporting I'm not allowed in the property? Who is that?
Right. I'll get the name and I'll give it to you.
Right, but it's ego. I'm not going to tell you.
No, he doesn't have to.
Sure he does. That's a complaint.
Even more reason he doesn't have to.
That's a complaint. I disagree.
I mean, you get your letter over the court. I mean, the court hearing or the letter, whatever's going to happen. Then you'll say his name.
Yeah, I'm filing fucking charges. I'm tired of this bullshit in this town. You guys fucking witness this guy fucking assault me and you do nothing.
The biggest problem is that the officer was there when the gate was thrown.
Yep.
He should have reacted immediately.
Yes.
Right? So the IA should be against him.
Oh yeah,
Right?
it is.
Because he observed it.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be biased when it comes down to the law.
Correct. You just ignore the law.
He has nothing to do with it. The other guy's nothing to do with it. It's the officer.
Well, no. Now they're restricting me based on whatever.
Right, but they're restricting you on what he's saying.
Right, but instead of knowing the law, they just go, okay.
Then when you show that, then they can't restrict you. Or when you bring it to the court of law and you show that, they can't restrict you.
Correct.
Right, and it's basically an open lawsuit.
Well,
right?
and just like when I was trying to get in the Board of Education, and that same jerk-off did not allow me in and blocked the door, which he just blocked the entrance, you can't do it.
Yeah, but that is, what Solanas did is actually illegal.
Sure.
Right?
And what this other guy did.
He acted as the capacity of a security officer, especially when you have a bunch of officers here, you have the state police here, and you have hired help. And he acted in the capacity of a security guard. So that's actually misappropriation of funds and it's illegal.
Yep, absolutely.
So from this point on, we're deeming this now a construction site. They're putting a sign.
I'd like to see the construction permit.
Physical barrier. You can go to Borough Hall and request that we're doing charges.
No, it's supposed to be out for the view.
They're getting it out now. I think they're working on it right now. But the
Well, it should already be out, no?
fencing is notifying you. It's now a closed trust site. You can't enter it. The
Just so you
fencing,
understand.
trespassing statute says a physical barrier to a person would think they cannot enter the property, which this is. So this is now a construction site. It's now.
There was an area there that people were going in and out, and that security officer
But just so you
From this point on,
Stop
you
people-
cannot enter the property for construction.
stopped me from going in there.
Okay.
Well, I want to see the sign.
Go to Borough Hall. It's option.
No, it's supposed to be out.
They're working on it.
gap was
I'm not a zoning
heard
officer.
last time.
So again, I want to file an IA.
On what?
For the other officer witnessing me getting hit and doing nothing about it.
Which one?
That first officer that was stationed right over there. There you go. So he witnessed me getting hit. Now you guys are restricting me from going into that area where the public was allowed. I asked if I was allowed in there.
I'm
If
not
the event
talking about this.
the event was over,
The event's over. It's now a construction site. You can't
right?
enter the property.
So here we go with excuses.
Do you want an IA or do you want? I'm not going
I'm doing an IA, yeah.
Okay. Against the officer. You know who it was?
He just said. There you go.
I'll go watch the body cam. I'll file your IA for you.
Yeah, he watched me get hit and did nothing about it. And now you guys are enforcing the law based on, huh? Yeah, it was the guy that was right over there on the left.
Based on what?
You're not even following the law. Just like when I was trying to get in the Board of Education meeting.
Crime was committed, he did nothing about it.
Yep. And he witnessed it.
Okay.
You know, and then you guys also witnessed that security guard restricting access to a public area. Because it wasn't deemed a construction area until later.
In the report that we generate for
You guys witnessed a crime. You should arrest them.
again, it'll be documented. If you wish to file a complaint, you can sign your own complaint.
So if you witness a crime, you guys just don't do anything. Because you guys witnessed him blocking the entrance to a public area. You saw it. Nothing? Another OPIA. They witnessed the guy blocking the entrance. It wasn't deemed a construction area. It was deemed that the event was over. The private event was over that was held by the public.
Is when it says on the audio, you're allowed in whatever amount.
Yeah, he said I was allowed in. I asked him.
Right, so basically if he allowed you in, there's nothing anybody can do.
Yeah,
Right, so even if they deem it a construction site now, it doesn't erase what happened in the
Correct.
past. Because at that point they said, I'm in.
yep. He deemed it a public area again.
So your complaint is that officer? You say it's Singh?
So Singh said it was a public area again. So I tried going in, that security guard, and you guys all witnessed him restricting access to a member of the public to public property, which is illegal. I certainly can't just stand in front of a doorway or an entrance and block public from going somewhere. That's false imprisonment. You guys witnessed it.
Singh did it?
Singh witnessed it.
Singh
Dominguez,
did this, or who restricted your access to the property?
the security guard.
Okay, I don't work. The security doesn't work for me. I have no control over him. I have nothing to do
You
with it.
asked who was the officer.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying
Singh
right.
observed it.
So you're saying Singh
Dominguez observed it.
Observed.
The guy standing in front not allowing people in.
Yeah, but he also observed when the gate was that what they-
And hit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? That he observed the assault or something?
He observed assault, yeah.
It doesn't matter. And what do you want to give me for contact information for you?
I'll give you my email address.
Okay.
S
Yep.
04
Yep.
76120
Yep.
at hotmail.com.
Is there anything else?
It's actually called, it's going to fall.
Under false imprisonment.
No, I got the charge here.
Restricting,
33-4. That's what happens when you throw a gate. Oh, gate. Huh? A gate. Okay. I think he's talking about something. No, I'm talking about the charge.
well, it's also false imprisonment if I not allow you free range of movement. If I restrict you from moving, if I start staying in front of you and not letting you pass, that's false imprisonment. I'm not allowing you false freedom of movement. mean, do you guys not know the law?
Yeah, you can sign a complaint against him for that as well.
But you guys witnessed it.
I didn't see it.
He did.
Okay, well, I don't know that. I have to talk to him. I'll file an
Sergeant, did you witness it?
Again, sir, you can sign your own complaints, okay?
So,
Take care, guys.
Jesus fucking Christ.